So about 6 weeks after the launch of Battlefield 2042, I and many other people like me seemed to notice that this game was not in a good state. The game was nowhere near what we had been promised, the hype had been built up and we had all been let down, and the player numbers were dropping quicker than Katie Price's knickers. Now at the time, I did make a few videos expressing how I was hopeful for the franchise, I was hopeful for the game, because we were getting a lot of updates, and they were coming at least weekly, and these were changing quite big things and quite big issues that the community as a whole had with the game, and the experience that Battlefield 2042 gave us. Fast forward to today, and it's been another 6 weeks since that point, and we have heard pretty much nothing. Save a few tone-deaf tweets from the devs, we have heard nothing of substance about the game. So I want you to picture this. I was sat at work at 10 o'clock this morning and I get a Twitter notification. It's the Battlefield Direct Communication. They've put out a tweet. And I sat there and I thought, thank God, we are finally getting some information and maybe we'll learn about when Season 1 is going to drop. Maybe we're going to get some new maps, some new weapons. And, well, this is what I saw. Let's talk about the next set of updates coming to Battlefield 2042 and what to expect in the coming weeks. Here's a thread of news on upcoming patches, Portal XP changes, and updates on requested features like a scoreboard and cross-platform VoIP. Nothing about Season 1 or any new content for that matter. Now look, I don't want to sit here and bash Battlefield 2042. At this point, I feel like that's sort of beating a dead horse. There are so many vocal people within this community that are constantly expressing their distaste and their discontent for Battlefield 2042. However, I do have to say that this seems a little bit lackluster after all this time off and after all of these weeks with not hearing a single thing. To get a tweet like this is sort of like they're doing too little too late. Now the tweet goes on to read that update 3.2, which is scheduled to go live tomorrow, which is the 20th of January, will deliver a handful of small fixes and improvements to the game focused around stability. We'll have a complete set of update notes available to browse this evening. This isn't bad. Let me get this point across. The fact that they are changing things, they are making the game more stable, they're updating it to fix these bugs is, on the whole, a good thing. However, I do feel like we are owed a lot more. At the end of the day, these fixes that they're rolling out and they're making this big tweet about could have been in the game at launch. If they could have taken a few more extra months to bake this in the oven for that little bit longer, I do feel like these sorts of things would already be fixed, and that would mean that their focus now would be delivering extra content. However, that's not what this video is about. The next part of the tweet talks about Update 3.3. Now, Update 3.3, on the face of things at least, does seem to be a much more substantial update, but wait, there's another catch. This update isn't coming until February, mid-February at that. That means that we will have had nearly 2 months without a substantial update other than bug fixes. And on top of that, the main selling point of Update 3.3, a scoreboard. They have said in Update 3.3, we will refresh our existing scoreboard UI with a new panel that showcases how players are stacking up across the server. Here's your first look at our work in progress. I'll put that on screen right now. Take a good look at this because after all of this moaning and griping that the community is doing, especially with regards to the scoreboard, take a look at what they have to offer us. Now, they have said that this is a work in progress, it's not just a one and done thing, which honestly doesn't really make sense to me either, because all they had to do was copy and paste the scoreboard from every single other Battlefield game, but that's besides the point. If you look at this one that they're giving us, it doesn't even have the deaths on it. I know that kill-death ratio isn't everything, especially in a game like Battlefield 2042, which is supposed to be team-focused. However, the fact that you can't see the deaths, especially in games like Conquest, or if you're attacking on Breakthrough, and you want to know who's responsible for bleeding your tickets, who's pushing solo all the time, who's making too many flanks, all of these things, and not only that, you want to know how you yourself are stacking up to other players in terms of your kills to your deaths, well, with this new proposed scoreboard, you're still not going to be able to do that. Look, the thing is, I know that these things aren't as easy as they seem. I myself couldn't make a game. I'm thick as pig shit. I make stupid little YouTube videos. There is no way on earth I could code any of this stuff into a video game. However, these people do. These people can, and these people are really, really good at it. I think that's what upsets me the most, is that the team behind Battlefield, DICE, are such a talented group of people that they really, really should be delivering a lot higher quality content. Now, of course, this could all be a above their heads. The thing is, if we look at Call of Duty in the past couple of years, they have removed the ability to see other players' deaths too. And I think this has a lot to do with the fact that they don't want people to think that they are doing awfully compared to other people. If you can't see anyone else's deaths and you can only see yours, there's nothing that you can compare yourself to, and there's no reason for you to look through the scoreboard, realise that you're absolutely shit, and then back out and never play the game again. That being said, the only people left playing Battlefield 2042 are the people that are really dedicated to the franchise. I myself haven't touched this game in about 4 weeks. I played it for about an hour yesterday and promptly turned that shit off. So I don't really see the sense in taking out something like the deaths within the scoreboard to appease newer players when all the newer players already fucked off long ago. Now, another reason that I think that deaths are really important to be able to see on the scoreboard is that when you join a server, if you see someone who's like 110 for nothing in the first 5 minutes of the game, then it's pretty safe to assume that either they're really sick in a little bird or they're cheating, and you can leave that lobby, you can back out. But obviously, without being able to see the deaths in the scoreboard, this is not going to happen. Now, they have said that some other things are going to be coming too. For example, cross-platform voice over IP. This means that if you're playing on Xbox and your friend's playing on PlayStation, you'll now be able to talk to each other in-game. This is something that I would have thought if you were making a cross-platform game, you should have had it there in the first place. Now again, I don't just want to go over all this shit that people have been saying for months. We all know that the game is in a bad state, and I guess we can take some solace that at least these things are being fixed. It just really, really sucks that after all this time of hearing nothing, this is the best that they can come up with. Look, I'm going to be honest with you. Like I said in the beginning, player numbers are dropping for this game. People are moving on to bigger and better things, or they're going back to older Battlefield titles. And I really hoped that this point in the year, the middle of January, close to the end of January, we would at least get some news on when some new fresh content, some maps, some weapons, maybe some balance changes, something could draw us back into the game. But at this stage, I really don't think that this half-assed scoreboard and the chance to talk to your friends on other platforms is really going to stick, and it's not going to draw people back to the game. But I do want you guys to let me know down in the comments if you're still playing Battlefield 2042. I know that my channel's been a bit inactive on the Battlefield front for the past few weeks as I've been trying out other games and playing different things, but that's purely because I can't sit here and make 3 videos a week on nothing. There is absolutely nothing for me to go on. But yeah, let me know down in the comments if you're still playing this game, and if you're not still playing this game, I really would like to know what you're playing instead. Now, for those of you who have watched my channel for a while, you'll know that I love to see who sticks around until the end. So if you're still here, I'd like you to let me know by answering this question down in the comments. If you had to choose between never masturbating again and spending 1 week of every month completely blind, which would you choose? Anyway, that's it from me today. I'm Average Joel. Peace.